Calling the Memorial Day Parade Committee to order at 6:34. So first up, discussion on last year's parade and cookout. How do we think everything went? Any ideas?
I think it went well. I really did think everything went per plan, I would say. Didn't see any glitches or change.
Good. I thought the turnout here was great. Cookout, always a great success.
I've heard absolutely nothing to the contrary. It's all been positive feedback from everybody.
Publicly thank all the volunteers that, if they didn't show up, it wouldn't happen.
Yes,
A lot of people that volunteer.
yes, a lot of people volunteered to help
Yeah.
make the ceremony happen, the
Right.
parade and the
Yeah.
cookout afterwards. So thank you very much to everyone.
Good.
And again, I think we had the highest number of veteran participation in the parade in the past 15, 20 years. So that was good as well.
I would expect that to continue.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gotten popular,
Mhm.
And having the Veterans Memorial out there helps too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I want to say this. Are we sure we can do this without Priscilla Bracken?
It's gonna be tough.
She had all the connections.
I want you to know that she's given Sarah a really good rundown, I guess. And Priscilla, I did hear Priscilla say this, and so Priscilla, if you're watching, those wreaths, I think she makes about.
She's gonna continue to make them. She
She's
did
gonna
tell me that.
continue, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's
The one
awesome.
that each memorial,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she makes those up.
She makes those by hand. Yes.
Yep, and they take
That's what I
time.
mean about the people, the things that happen by volunteers
Right,
yeah.
behind the scenes that no one ever knows. and
Right.
They think it just happens.
Right.
Yeah, for years I thought that we just bought them and then.
Yeah, so
probably
did
about
I.
4 or 5 years ago, I found out she was making them. Yes. So
Yeah.
I asked her to get an extra one for a Revolutionary Soldier that we put one on now, and she said she would make an extra one. I was like, what? Yeah. But no, this rundown that you gave me, she has done this all up and gave this to me last year. This
Okay.
gives a timeline of when everything needs to be done. So as long as we can stick by this, I think we have a fighting chance.
You could get a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not gonna happen, don't we, I guess, huh? That's true.
That's true.
All right, so the parade went well. The cookout went well too. Again, I think we have to rely heavily on volunteers for that, and maybe a little bit more planning this year. And I can get one of those volunteers. We had several that did the cooking and stuff like that. I can get one of those to kind of take the lead. I know we kind of were running a little short. Someone who normally donated propane in the past didn't this year, so we kind of had to scramble that morning, but we got it done. So a little bit more planning on the food prep and stuff like that this year we'll need, but I think if we know that in advance, we'll be good.
I think we need to iron down like when they start cooking, because I know between the chefs, they were talking back and forth. And, no, never. We got to pick one and just run with it.
Yep.
Well, we're fortunate to have a bunch of good old boys that are
All
willing to
right.
help out and do that.
Yeah. Could be that worse.
I did like the separate lines too, the veterans only line, just to get them through and get them seated. I like that. That was good.
That worked out well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, I like that we set that up in advance. I know the year before we tried to do that verbally and a lot of the veterans didn't go for it, but
Right.
it seemed that it worked out well this
Yeah.
year.
Like to see a lot more new veterans. And we've had a lot of them coming in now in the past several months, and now Sarah is going to be taking over all of the writing of claims and that sort of thing. But she's anticipating that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And you've got with your American Legion post, you've got a recruiter that's pretty young.
Yes, that's what we're hoping.
What's his name, by the way?
What's that?
What's his name?
Dan Shannon.
Dan Shannon.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, anything else with the cookout?
No,
All right, so moving on to funding. So last year, last year we requested $6,000 from the Sampson Fund. We got it. Along with that 6,000, we had carryover of $215 from the previous year. So that left us with 6,215.72. Of that this year, we had the Fisher Bus Company for the trolley. The down payment was $225. Then the final payment was $1,053. So what are we at? About $1,275 for the bus.
1278 to be exact.
Yeah, yeah. The Taunton City Band is $1,800. They went up after years of not going up. We paid out for the bagpiper, $250. For details, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department was $1,698. For the Kingston Police Department, it was $566. And then we also did a down payment ahead of time. We usually do it right now, January, February, for the trolley. So we did another down payment to secure the trolley for this year. So it was another $225 for a grand total of $5,817, with a remaining balance of $3,098.72. Of that, we do intend to carry over. We will talk with the selectmen about that. They usually let us carry over the Sampson Fund for that. Last year, we requested, and we also requested again this year for the following fiscal year, $7,000 from the Sampson Fund. So we did receive the 7,000. So we'll be starting out this year with 7,398.72. And I do apologize, I do not have the money in the account for the cookout from donations. I know we are pending a $200 donation from the Kingston Firefighters Association. So there is some money that was left, I believe, in there, plus that 200. So I will have that, try to get that for the next meeting for what we have for the cookout.
I thought we were behind though. I thought we needed to drum up some funding.
I think it worked out.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't get a chance to talk with Priscilla, but I believe it's all set. Yep.
Oh, okay, great.
From they got donations. All right. So anything with funding?
What do you anticipate we will need? I mean, is there anything extra we need this year?
Not that we know of, no.
Okay, got good notes there.
Yeah, just details. The details are our undeciding factor.
Yeah.
So.
If we decide, can we actually raise money? Because we're not what is it?
Well, this committee is actually an official town.
Yeah,
committee.
we are a town
Right,
committee,
but
so
we're not a 501c.
You don't
no,
have to-
we,
you
so
don't-
we,
So if you raise money,
You fall under the
Right.
town,
right,
just like we did for the Kingston Veteran Memorial.
okay.
It's a 170.
Yeah,
So
So
taking back us with,
you're probably in a buffer right now for 6 months. And myself, like we, as employees, we can't ask for donations, but I think the committee members can.
I can
Um,
ask for anything
So
in it.
that's how we get away with asking for money for the cookout,
yeah.
the donations to the cookout. So yeah.
Alright.
As far as funding for the parade itself, I was actually speaking with members of the memorial committee out front, and we were anticipating actually going to the town and ask for a line item for this, but seeing the potential shortfalls this year, we decided not to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll wait for the future and see. And we also have the funding this year from the Sampson Fund, so we'll hold off on that request and see what money is like next year. So, because it would be nice to have a dedicated amount without having to make a request.
They do like the idea of raising money.
Yes.
You can get some t-shirts. wristbands or, you know, hats or something, you know.
I have tons of people, whenever they see me, I wear all over town. Where'd you get that? Yeah. And I said,
But I just
talk to
had-
John Bartlett.
What's that?
Which 300?
Next year?
So
When?
2026.
Oh, we're doing events all year.
Yeah,
Yeah. They'll
How
be
many
coming out
t-shirts?
very shortly.
so that'll be, yeah.
Yeah,
How many sweatshirts you need?
I got a lot of merchandise in my garage.
I'll help you sell those.
Okay.
I will.
All right, so I think we're pretty good on funding. So we do have a list of when we pay things off. So like I said, we normally pay the bus company the deposit right now. That's already been taken care of. I'll get into this other stuff in a minute. This is more just stuff that's been done instead of pricing.
And you got a note there from Sarah too,
Yes.
Sarah Lansing, our new VSO.
All right, so if we have nothing else on funding, we can go into discussing this year's parade coming up. So with that, we did book, like I said, we booked the trolley for next year. Between Priscilla and our new, I'll go forward a little bit more in the agenda. Like Den just said, there's a new veteran agent in town that just started Monday. Her name is Sarah Lansing. I came in and introduced myself and told her that we'll be having these meetings and stuff like that. So she's well aware of everything that we do. She was given this dated form of when we need to have everything done, and she's taking care of some of the stuff, and then we'll take care of some of the stuff as a committee. So some of the stuff that's been done so far, the trolley's been taken care of, the Taunton City Band has been booked. And looks like their price to continue will be the $1,800, so that won't be upcharged. And then a request has been made to the National Guard for a guest speaker. If they do have color guards or vehicles, which they really had in the past till last year, we finally get some vehicles, but also for the obstacle course. So hopefully we can get that back as well.
I just want to share with you that Sarah is a member of the National Guard. And I'm not sure if she's still active in that or not, but she did serve in 2003 in Iraq. Her specialty was transportation. And she's not a rookie VSO at all.
Yes.
She has about 5 years experience, 3 with Whitman and over a year with Duxbury.
Yep.
Before coming on board here. So we're very fortunate, and she set up these things like Memorial Day parades and ceremonies in Duxbury and Whitman. So she's going to be a valued member of this committee.
Great.
Great.
And she's also a past commander of the Legion in Duxbury
That's right.
as well. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So then really the next thing is to start our committee meetings, usually in February and March. And we were trying to plan on having one in the fall, and we never really got to it. So just having this preliminary one right now, and then we'll hopefully tonight we'll plan a date in March to start our actual.
Don't do it.
You're not gonna be here? You had Zoom.
I tried that when I was a selectman. It didn't work out well. I was on vacation. I should never clicked in.
That's all right. We have plenty of people.
It's
still.
my fault.
I witnessed you on Zoom. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so with this,
what date do you usually hold your meetings?
we just pick a date. Yeah, we'll do that at the end.
What's good for you?
Just about anything now.
Ah, yeah, you're freed up.
And I'm free to do it.
Oh, there you go.
Pick a day and I'll be there in time. Day and times except March.
It's understandable.
All right, so, we'll see if the National Guard gets back to us. They usually try to find, if they have a member from Kingston that's willing to be a guest speaker. If not, they don't have anyone, then, in one of the next meetings, we can try to find our own guest speaker. So that will be for this year's, ceremony. We also, I received an email from the brewery down the center, 42nd Parallel, and they wanted to know if it would be appropriate to do a road race that day. And what would interfere with us, or like who to contact and stuff. So I actually stopped and talked to them, and I explained to them that we usually do the parade at 10 o'clock, finish up by 11, then we have the cookout until about noontime or so. So, if possible, maybe anytime after noontime to do the road race. And they said that that would be feasible. And then I said, you'd have to check with the town selectmen and go through all the boards and stuff like that. And I know in the past, there was some issues, and I believe it was because of pulling permits with the state to close down the road if they were to do the route from like the hilltop down to the Ardina and back. So, I said, that's something that they would have to discuss about the route, but maybe there was a way to, if they were just to do town roads, to do Maple Street and add an extra loop down by the Ardina somehow to make that 5K. So I did advise them of that. They said they would like to go forward with that and talk with the town and stuff, and they'd be happy to decorate out front. We can get, like I said, we'd like to get more businesses along the route, more participation, families out front for the parade as well. And then they would like to find a nice cause to donate whatever money they come up to donate that money to. So
Wonderful.
that is
And
that.
who puts that on the road race?
So they were talking with a couple of people who organized them in the past, and there's usually companies that do that. And it's actually the easiest way to do it because they have experience doing it instead of, again, it's kind of like putting on the cookout here. It's a lot of work if a group of people try to do it themselves.
Yeah.
So I think they have an experienced company that they were recommended to.
Because some people use them for, you can qualify. I don't know for 5K, but
Yeah.
I know certain ones,
Are certified, yes.
yes.
Yep.
So they use them and.
So, anybody wants to grab a couple burgers, we can go down and run this afterwards. And
Sure.
Burger along the way.
So, I've also, it's been broached in the past, and it was brought up again by some of the local residents. So I kind of wanted to get everyone's opinion here, but I also wanted to get it out to the public if anyone sees this video. This year, there's completely plans full ahead to do a parade and everything like that, but we've been asked if we really do need a parade and if just a ceremony is better because of the lack of participation by spectators on the side. And I've explained to a lot of these people that this parade isn't a parade for necessarily for spectators, but for the remembrance of stuff and for the veterans that participate in this to go along to each memorial and to be able to dedicate all the individual wreaths and stuff at the memorials. So I just wanted to, express that and get that out there. There's full plans to do a parade this year, but if anybody does have any type of, opinions on that, it would be appreciated.
I'd hate to not have a parade.
I agree with you. Yeah. By no means would that mean ending a ceremony. We would continue to do stuff, and at a minimum, in my opinion, is we still have to get veterans to those memorials before we come and have a ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no matter what, something like that would still have to be done.
Just need the town
But if we
to
can,
support, we need people.
if we can get more people out along the parade route and stuff like that, then
Actually,
maybe this would go away.
I'm amazed by the number of people there are.
We have a lot at the end, but
yeah.
when
When we first get
when we-
going and by the time we hit Evergreen.
and I know long time ago, there was a lot more people along those roads.
Those volunteers.
Yeah, packed. Yeah.
Line.
Usually by the time we get to Evergreen Street, we don't have very many of those little flags left.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
the parents love it when the kids get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. But again, maybe it's something that, I'm not the best at it, but if we can find someone with social media, get it out on social media more than just the little street signs we put up that the parade's coming, just try to find ways to get some more participation.
Yeah.
That's all.
Let
So-
it be known, you know?
Yep.
We need the support.
All right. Any other ideas for this year's parade real quick? And again, this is just a preliminary meeting, so we don't need to dive deep, but
I think everything runs very well.
There's only one suggestion I could make, John.
Yep.
That's all it is. Having given the prayer at a couple of different sites in the past couple of years, if we had some sort of a small sound system that could, so you could hear the prayer, because a lot of people say, why are you stopping there? And they don't see the person that might be delivering the prayer, and they have no clue what it's about. And that's the only deficiency that I see in the parade.
I know in the past, we've just given the option of the prayer to the person giving it. They've given it either vocally or they can just say it to themselves in the past. I know some people up there out there that don't want to.
yeah, some of the volunteers, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we can look into,
When we used to do it way back when we had horses around and everything, you know, there were no cars around. You know, John Hamilton had his
the
tow
tank.
truck,
Yep.
and they used to use the sound system on the tow. So, you know, I know who to talk to already. Norm Howard.
You might have one
His
on that.
Jeep,
There you go.
Yeah,
his
somebody might
Jeep,
have it on the
and
Jeep.
we'll have a sound system put on that Jeep.
Okay,
So that, you know, it'll be right there.
okay.
Good idea.
I'm glad I brought it up, because that's somebody, and I know that Norm would do that.
Is there a way to do it wirelessly where we can keep the speakers on, the Jeep doesn't have to get close? We have like a wireless mic.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have the technology nowadays.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I have an idea there too, but I don't want to discuss it until I talk to the rest of the work group of
Okay.
the memorial.
Okay.
We might be able to make something like that happen. But your idea is great.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
He does love a parade.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Do you think we should have more participation? I know there's some people that say, no, it gets too long and it's too, you know, like there's guys that belong to auto clubs, like Norm has all the, and there's guys that have World War II stuff and Vietnam stuff that would love to.
I
You
think
know.
like the two places we get bogged down are pulling onto Landing Road and then pulling onto Green Street. But I think both places, we do still have room if we organize it ahead of time to get the two lanes. Or send most of the parade up past the Vietnam Memorial on Landing. I think we can fit more. I know the concern was when we started using the military vehicles again, that there's gonna be an issue, but we got everyone off the road this year.
Yeah.
So,
Another concern that we might have, because I've seen it grow this way in the past 2 years, just the past 2 years, is there are more and more vets who can't quite make the walk.
Yep.
And
I know
the
the
trolley is full.
the trolley was full and Priscilla and I were working on some of that. We did have room for some of them in Norm's vehicles and only a couple of the veterans took rides with them.
Yeah, you're right. about that.
And then I don't know if we can get them again. I can go down and talk to them. But the golf cart place down on the corner of Crescent Street, they offered two this year. And I think
He did.
people kind of being new, I think some of the veterans shied away from that.
Yeah,
But that's always an option.
That's,
Yeah, they hold what, 6 or 8 people?
Yes, and they sent 2 of them this year. I think 2 or 3. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and I could hold the speaker and get close.
And they're quiet. So
They're very
yes,
quiet, yeah.
yeah,
very
you're
good.
right.
It's electric, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, instead of trying to get a Jeep or something up there, they could.
Yeah.
So again, we always think of alternate ways to try to get some of veterans up there because the trolley is so expensive, but ultimately, right now, the trolley is wide open and it's the best way for these veterans to get close and hear
Yeah.
what's going on.
Oh,
So
yeah, it's
um,
perfect.
we have tried to find some alternate ways of getting them, and it's been kind of tough to.
Actually, if we keep the people who have been, volunteered or have been assigned to do the prayer, if we keep them on the golf carts, it's easy on, easy off. If the speakers are coming, or the prayer givers are coming off the trolley, that takes a lot of extra time.
I don't think we've,
No one was assigned.
we,
I know
the
Priscilla liked to mix it
only
up.
one we did this year was, because it was a World War II veteran, they did the one at the top of the hill, then got on the trolley. But we have very limited time with our World War II veterans, so we wanted to make sure that happened.
Yep.
But other than that, I don't think anyone got off the trolley.
It
Okay,
was all
Yeah.
the marchers that did all the.
Yes, yep.
I don't recall.
Yeah, we tried
That's
to, we
water
tried
over
to
the
plan
dam.
for that, yeah.
Okay,
So, all right. You already introduced the veterans agent. Anything else on this year's parade?
Like to see more kids. Just,
Yeah.
Eagle Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. I mean,
you're right.
it's a learning experience for them too.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just gonna mention that 2 days ago, I was asked by Kim Enberg to, if I could that night, do a flag etiquette and protocol type presentation for the Cub Scouts. Of the Bears. I guess they're a den, if you will.
Yeah.
And I instantly accepted. And I want to do, I actually ordered some, believe it or not, the American Legion puts out a comic book for age appropriate 9-year-old, 10-year-old kids. And I just ordered them today, and I'm going to pass them out to everybody and use that as my kind of my format for the talk. But I want to also, I'm going to borrow some flags from Sarah's office, and we're going to do actually folding of a flag.
Good.
For the Cub Scouts. And so your idea about having some Cub Scouts there, I think I'll just mention that you're going to be invited to join us if that works for you.
Right.
The Cub Scouts still been cutting the flags up the last few years?
They very, very limited. The pack's been in and out so much.
Okay. So they
I
used
was
to
told
have,
there are 31
Yeah,
oh, that's good.
kids in the Cub Scout pack.
yeah, it seems pretty strong right now. They have seemed like they have good leadership, and I think that's been the trouble the past few years, and it seems like they got real good solid leadership right now, so.
I'm
So-
excited about doing it.
I don't know if you want to do it in conjunction, but in the past, they've done a respectful flag cutting to prepare the flags for retirement.
I want to invite them to do that.
Yes,
And then June 14th is Flag Day.
yes,
That's the day that the Scouts do the
Yes.
respectful retirement.
so they usually do it a week or two before that, just to get them prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Takes a long time
It does, yeah.
to do that.
We have bags of them
249
still.
249, we did it last year. Trucked all the flags.
Okay.
We didn't get to retire them though, because of the rain.
Because of the rain, we still have them. We still have them.
You did
Still
some, you did some at Squanto this year, right? But not a lot.
Not a lot.
And there's still a lot more at the fire
We
station.
still have
so-
a lot. And
Yeah.
it's gonna get worse this year. We're gonna have a big ceremony.
All right.
And with that being said, that the Boy Scouts are, the numbers are dwindling. Really, yeah. They're all eagling out or aging out. It's going to fill the ranks right now. I know in 249, we're down to 10
I,
Is that right?
and 3 out this year.
So we have to groom some Cub Scouts to move on to
Yes.
Boy
We're
Scouts.
hoping
What is the age break from Cub Scout to Boy Scout?
that is 13.
13 or 14 for Boy Scout?
yeah, it goes by grade, right?
Grade,
It's so,
yeah,
it's-
grade, yeah.
yeah, so It all depends. You get
Is it
some a
like
little bit younger.
commencement of high
It's
school?
it's junior high,
Junior high.
junior high,
Junior?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so nothing else on this year's parade. Does anybody have any new business?
I'll start chasing down the Girl Scouts and all those too, because they're a tough one to chase.
Yeah, maybe if we hit them a little bit
Yeah.
earlier, we can try to
Yeah.
get some, okay. And I'll see about the sports groups, try to get them a little earlier and see if there's some participation. All right, so hearing no other new business. Minus you, like, when do we want to meet in March? A Thursday's good for everyone, or?
Good for me. Anyway. Usually more available than the beginning of the week.
Yeah, Thursday. Good.
6:30.
Yeah.
6:30, no 7:30. If you see that again, yell at me.
No,
Um, The 20th work okay?
sure.
March 20th.
Yeah, so I'll check and make sure that those rooms available and we'll go from there. We'll let everyone know. Oh, sorry, actually, we do have one thing on the new business, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So we received a letter from the selectmen. There's been a request made. Deb Forbes would like to officially join the committee instead of being a liaison from the Veterans Agency. So I personally don't have an issue at all with that and would definitely
Motion
welcome
to
him.
nominate Kevin Forbes for the.
I'd
With
second
that,
it.
is there a second? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, I will pass that on to the selectmen.
I have one question.
Yes.
Is there or is there not an initiation?
No,
Because I was expecting this guy to say something.
Just a little gentle read.
Just don't forget to get sworn in. like
yeah,
I
so
did.
they will, they'll send you a
Oh,
letter,
yeah,
then you'll
right.
have to come
Oh,
get,
I did, right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
hopefully you'll get on the next selectmen's, board of selectmen's meeting. They'll vote you in, and then once
Then
once
I
that's
can
done,
vote.
they'll send you
Then I can vote.
then you can go over and vote, yep.
Okay.
But I am gonna warn you, I will be stepping down from being the chairman next year, because I do have the 300, which I'm chairman of that one. And so I've already warned them and they've kind of shied away, so we'll see.
Well,
I'll still be on the committee though, I'll still be around.
I'm gonna say that I don't want to accept it at this time because I'm not a member yet.
Well, it's, I should have waited to tell you how. All right, so hearing no other new business. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much, everyone.